Hello everyone, I'm Bence and I'm just checking in. I was out chasing my favorite swallows in my favorite place, and you might remember that in my introduction video I told you that the swallows just didn't come. Today they came and it was unbelievable. I made a lot of great captures. I can't wait to get home and sort it all out. But I think there will be a lot of them, and there is one surprise bird that also came that I didn't expect at all, and I hope you will enjoy the footage. I will check in from home because I don't really know what kind of picture did I manage to take, but it will be great. This is my favorite place. This is a small stream, and as you can see, the stream is not available for the swallows for most part, but there is a small artificial, like, I don't know, let's call it pool, where it's clean, so they can come, and they do. And I just sit right here where I am, roughly, and wait for them to arrive. And they arrive from that direction, so I can see their face and everything, and they come so close that sometimes I can even feel the sorry, it was a frog. So sometimes I can feel the wind they made with their wings, so it's unbelievable. Okay, I get back to you from home. Have a nice. So I got back home and I reviewed my photos and I processed them, and I had a pleasant and some unpleasant surprise. And first I want to get the unpleasant one out of the way. It will be a little bit technical, so if you're not interested in it, just skip ahead. Feel free to do that. But if you are an R10 user, a Canon R10 user, then you might find it useful. So it was the first time I tried out the raw burst mode of the Canon, which is an unbelievable feature. I mean, my experience will only be bad because it is a really specific scenario. So I guess in every other scenarios it will be great, but in this case it wasn't. So the electronic shutter that the raw burst mode uses are a bit slow, and when it reads the picture, it has a little bit of delay, so it causes a bending effect. The bird or the subject will actually bend a little, making it a little bit strange and artificial. I will show it on some picture. Firstly, this Canon R10. It's a great picture. I'm not complaining. It's sharp and it's a great moment. But if you look at it, the lower beak is bended to the left. It's not a big deal, but it's not that good. But the second picture, it shows even more. If you look at the head, it's very, I don't know, wide. Canon R10's head just aren't that wide. It's very strange. You can't really tell first time you look at it what's wrong with the picture, and that's what it is. But also that's a keeper as well, you know. It's still not. It's still better to take a photo like this than not capture it at all, you know. But yeah, if you are an R10 user, you have to be aware of that effect. I talked to a friend of mine who is a professional photographer, and he told me that above the R10, so even with the R7, the problem is pretty much solved. It's much quicker, so it works fine in these situations as well. So, oh, that one. In this picture, it shows even more. So now that we are done with the unpleasant surprise, I will focus on the positives. It was an unbelievable session, as I suspected, you know. And here you can see this Canon Martin. There is no bending effect, and I don't know why, because I still shot it with that raw burst mode and electronic shutter. I have no idea. I mean, to my eyes, there is no bending effect. You might find it somewhere, but I don't see it. But I really like this picture because of the position of the wings, and it looks really great, and it almost has an eye contact with me, so yeah. One of the favorite photos of the day for me was this barn swallow. I mean, it's just turning on the left, I guess. So it isn't a really particular, but really great position. It's pretty much sharp. Still no bending effect. I don't know why it isn't and why it was with the previous pictures, but I was really happy. I'm not complaining. So the next picture is this Canon Martin. When I was shooting earlier, I didn't take any pictures of birds that were coming from behind me, because and not you know, in front of me, because I thought that it's necessary to have that eye contact, you know. And of course it's very important, but in this picture I realized that after taking this picture I realized that there could be a great composition even in this position, you know, as the house martin was drinking and touched the water, and the water just splitted, and it has a really great effect, you know. I really liked it. It has some action to it. This is a picture I didn't have before, so I was really happy. There were some okay photos with the house martins. For example, this one. It was taken at f8, so it's not that detailed, but the background is great. It's coming towards me with its beak open, so it's still great. And this one, you know, just rising from the water after drinking, with all those water drops, and this barn swallow, I also really liked it. It was turning to the left, and I caught that moment when the wings position was rising from horizontal to vertical. So, you know, it's also a great one. And finally, the surprise bird of the session. I have never taken this kind of photo before. This particular bird. I heard it's coming because of its distinctive sound, but I knew that I only have one shot to capture it because it flies really quickly. It comes once in an afternoon in that direction, and that's it. And here it is, a beautiful kingfisher. I was so excited because I was at 300mm at APS-C, so it's almost like a 500mm. It's 450 actually, and you know, it's a really, and from 10 meters, so it's I can see a really small portion of the stream, and when it was flying towards me, I had to blindly turn my lens onto the bird and capture it. And when it flew away, I was so excited to replay the photos I took, to even captured it, you know, not to mention sharpness, anything, but to even have that on the picture and on the frame. And I was so happy when I saw that I actually caught it. It was very lucky. I mean, it might have been successful 1 out of 100, but I caught it, and there was one that was this pretty sharp one amongst some not so sharp ones. So yeah, that was actually the icing on the cake today. That was it for today. I hope that you liked the pictures, and I also hope that some of you might find some useful information, you know, technical information of the robust or something. And tomorrow I will go out again, and I will try to capture as good of pictures as possible. Until then, have a nice day.